Shalom and welcome to Branch of Israel. This is Rabbi Roger coming to you from God's beautiful country, Israel. Several years ago, my wife and I had the pleasure of listening to the teachings of Robert Heidler. At the time, he was teaching on the Jewish feasts from Leviticus 23, which are to be kept in a yearly cyclic or circular motion, in the same way a farmer sows and reaps his crops every year. The Hebrew word for feast infers an outside festival in a circle for dancing and feasting. So when Jewish people dance, it is usually circular, sometimes even as a circle within a circle, which sounds like a wheel within a wheel. There are different dance groups throughout Israel that meet weekly. Some of them that come to mind are located along the various beaches with places marked for them to dance, and you guessed it, in a circle. Another example of a word that infers a circle is the Hebrew word for generation, except this is the cyclic process of life and death. Generally, someone or something has to beget someone or something. I say that because in Genesis 2:4, the correct translation from the Hebrew says, "These are the generations, not this is the account." In the first 7 days of creation, everything had to happen in the order it did, or the next step would have not existed. For example, you cannot expect a plant and animal life to exist in the dark without water for very long. So, we first had to have the light, then the water, then the soil or land, and then vegetation. After that, God placed the stars in the skies to prepare for life to see at night with a lesser light. Finally, He placed living creatures of all kinds with man following afterwards to rule over them. I'd like to end with one story that most Israelis know about. It is about a man named Choni, the circle maker. It happened that the people in his village petitioned him to pray for rain. So Choni prayed, but no rain fell. What did he do? He drew a circle, stood inside of it, and said to God, "Master of the universe, your children turn to me because I am like a member of your household. I swear by your great name that I am not budging from here until you have compassion on your children." The rain began to drizzle. Choni petitioned God again. "That's not what I asked for. I asked for rain to fill the cisterns, trenches, and reservoirs." The rain started coming down in torrents. Choni said, "That's not what I asked for. I asked for rains of goodwill, blessing, and generosity." A proper rain began to fall, but it continued to fall until the Jews were forced to go to higher ground because of the flooding caused by the rains. So they came to Choni and said, "Just as you prayed that the rain should fall, now pray that they should go away." So Choni prayed again, and God stopped the rains. So what is the moral of this story? Get in your prayer circle and petition God with your request until you see an answer to your prayers. For more teachings and information, visit branchofisrael.com. That's branchofisrael.com. Again, this is Rabbi Roger coming to you from Israel. Thank you so much for listening. Leitrot, goodbye, or see you again.